This year, the Needham School District introduced two new Director of Counseling positions to oversee the counselor teams for grades pre-K to 6 and 7 to 12. This move aims to address the district's social, emotional, and mental health needs of these two age groups. Municipal producer Yu Xiaoyuan has the details.
Coming from a strong background in social work and mental health, Rocio Camargo Ruiz took on the position of Director of Counseling for grades pre-K to 6 in Needham. Prior to this role, she had 18 years of experience as a student counselor and served as assistant principal for 2 years in the Lowell Public School District.
I ventured into this possibility of combining my passions, both in counseling and in leadership, into this role. So this was a wonderful opportunity that I'm glad I took the opportunity to be here.
Bringing with her a wealth of experience in special education and clinical expertise, Dana Plunkett assumed the role of Director of Counseling for grades 7 to 12. She's no stranger to Needham, having served as a student counselor at Needham High School for a decade before becoming the Director of Guidance in Wellesley.
I think that's afforded me the ability with my current department to really appreciate their different roles and what's expected of those roles and just appreciate what their day-to-day work is like.
Like many districts across the Commonwealth, Needham previously had a single director overseeing grades K to 12. With the retirement of former Director of Guidance Tom Denton, the district seized the opportunity to implement this new approach.
We were able to really take a step back and look at the responsibilities under that particular director and department and wanted to be able to build capacity in the district around, particularly around social emotional learning, around mental health, around ways that we are supporting students academically, starting in preschool all the way up until they graduate.
It gives Rocio and I an opportunity to work more closely, more frequently with our staff and with our students in the building. So I think we have a greater ability to connect to what's the milieu in the school like, what are some of the needs, and what are some of the needs also of the community as a whole. And then she and I can collaborate around that through line between the K-12 needs and kind of what are the common needs that we're seeing, what are some of the common services, how do we also provide a continuum of care.
Despite the common demands shared by elementary, middle, and high school students, Camargo Ruiz and Plunkett discussed the areas they will be focusing on.
It's very normal for children to express themselves through their behaviors. And so elementary educators in all respects really are well-versed at really understanding that behavior is a normative part of their development. They require skills in being able to manage as adults, being able to manage their own regulation of emotions in response to those behaviors, as well as skills to support the child in regulating those behaviors. And all of those pieces are really crucial to really helping the child acclimate and be able to adjust in a classroom setting. A lot of what the elementary and middle school focuses on in terms of SEL learning is really foundational to building and preventing mental health crises for youth and when we get into the middle and high school.
I think we're really trying to look at, how are our students not only managing themselves, how are they managing their relationship with their peers, how are they managing the relationship with the adults in the building, and what are sort of the nuances that happen at those various developmental stages. We're really trying to help students make good decisions about their academics, about their ability to manage the different expectations that happen over the course of that time, so that by the time they reach grade 12 and moving into their post-secondary life, they're as independent as possible with their own sense of well-being and sense of agency in the world.
Another crucial aspect of the director role is providing training to the district's student counselors. On November 8th, Camargo Ruiz conducted a session on data-driven practices.
How do we use the data, the measure surveys that the district has? How can we develop our skills as school counselors to really look at that data and inform our practice?
Plunkett emphasized the importance of professional development as well.
Unique to the high school, I have school counselors who not only need to understand sort of clinical skills, but they also need to know information about the post-secondary skills.
For Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.